The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury?
Yes, I know the Muffin Man.
Legend has it that the Muffin Man was a vicious killer who would lure children behind the bakery into a dark alley so that he could kill them. So was the nursery rhyme just a simple song sang to children to fall asleep to? Or was it a PSA to warn children, similar to the stranger danger of our time? Frederick Thomas Linwood is a baker on Drury Lane. During the late 1500s and early 1600s, Frederick would find himself a victim of friendly competition. As the demand for fresh baked goods would increase, so did the demand for bakers. Eventually, Frederick would murder the other bakeries, leaving him the only baker left on the street. During this time, the bakeries were similar to DoorDash, and they would send your baked goods to your house every morning, and during the afternoons they would run the shop for those who would visit throughout the day. After school, children would stop into the bakery and cause havoc just like any other unsupervised child would do. And this always aggravated Frederick because of the messes that they would leave in the stores. And I personally can relate to the frustration of Frederick, as you have to start your day at midnight to prepare the bread, then spending all morning delivering the orders to only maintain your customer service friendly face the entire afternoon, tired and worn out, only to have children come in and trash your store and add more to your workload. It's no wonder that he would kill these kids. Using a muffin tied to a string, Frederick would lure the children behind the bakery down the dark alley, take a 6-foot wooden spoon, and he would smack them over the head, and then finally killing them. I also want to point out that this muffin is not what you would imagine. It was not a blueberry muffin with a streusel top, but more like an English muffin. Remember, it's the early 1600s and they don't have pumpkin spice with cream cheese fillings yet. As the story goes, the children would begin singing the song to warn other children of the baker who lives down Drury Lane, a public service announcement song sang to warn children to be cautious. See, when I gathered research for this video, I found it very difficult to find any information on Frederick Thomas Linwood, who was apparently the Muffin Man, and all of the information I could find led back to this story. So how does a serial killer escape documentation during the 16th century when documenting everything was important? So I researched the origin of the nursery rhyme, which had many different versions depending on the region and where it was sang. But the oldest version ever recorded of the Muffin Man shows the baker lived on Blueberry Lane. Now, I did do some research to see if there was a Blueberry Lane in England, and of course there was. So was the Muffin Man just a silly nursery rhyme that somehow down the line got itself a interesting backstory? Or, and this is just my opinion, but what if the Muffin Man song was actually a strategic marketing plan by the baker who lived on Blueberry Lane? I want to say thank you guys so much for all your support, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you again for another episode of Weird History.